Hello, Mansi. Mansi from Jammu Kashmir. Hello, is my voice clear, guys? Then I saw Mansi who joined and again, whether she left. Mansi is there, roll number 15.
Yes, ma'am.
Why you're not talking? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma hmm. Have you submitted that continuation form?
Yes, ma'am.
There was
Submitted.
a mail from when you have submitted.
Mail.
When you have submitted. You, कब किया आपने submit?
16 chats.
16th को अभी
Yes.
last 2 days.
Yes, ma'am.
Then you have not kept me in CC. Okay, forget about. Will you please send me to by WhatsApp?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, please send me. Then send to my WhatsApp number. Do you have my WhatsApp number? Yeah, I'm putting that link
Yes,
and
ma'am.
all those things on the group. Yes, please send it on that group. Let me check some error connection problem is there or not. No. I think good quantum number of students have joined. We'll start this lecture. Okay, good evening, good afternoon once again, all of you. I think yesterday we have started the second chapter. Okay, am I correct? In the second chapter, I told you we are going to study about the water treatment, primary treatment units in a water treatment process. What includes in a primary treatment? Aeration, sedimentation, coagulation, and flocculation. Means from filtration, secondary treatment process starts. Okay, we saw a sequence yesterday. Okay, in that sequence, aeration, water softening, this will come under the primary filtration, primary treatment. From filtration, it will come under the secondary treatment if it is the groundwater, and if it is the surface water, pre-sedimentation, mixing, flocculation, and settling is nothing but the coagulation process, coagulation and flocculation. Okay, this comes under the primary settling tank, and then from filtration, it will goes to the secondary treatment process. Okay. Now, in the yesterday's lecture, I told you what is the aeration. We have discussed two different methods. First is the groundwater treatment method, and second is the surface water treatment method. Okay. And then we have discussed aeration as a first unit operation in a treatment. Usually, for the public water supply scheme, we prefer to go for the surface water source because to treat the surface water is easy than the hard water, groundwater. Groundwater is usually hard water, and the water softening methods are costlier methods. And that's why we prefer to take the source as a surface water source. Okay, so accordingly, we will start this. In that first unit operation is aeration. Yesterday, I told you probably most of the time aeration is a treatment unit process can be used for the groundwater because while percolation of the water under the ground during that process it is passing through the different layers of the soil, and while it is passing through the different layers of the soil it is coming into contact with the different minerals and the decaying material, and because of that in the groundwater a huge amount of dissolved gases are available. For the removal of these gases, we need to go for the aeration, but also to attain some other objectives. not only the objective aeration process is having multiple objective, not only to remove the odorable gases. Along with the odorable gases, some other objectives are also getting done. So that's why for surface water also we are providing this treatment process. Okay. Then we have discussed various objectives. The first and important objective is to remove the taste and water. Okay, when we are sprinkling water into air, at that time it is converting into fine particles. Okay, when it is converting it into the fine particles, it will be coming into close contact with the atmospheric air, and atmospheric oxygen will get dissolved into that water. And when oxygen is adding into that water, ultimately the odorable gases takes out. Okay, so it will reduce the odor of the taste, odor and taste of the water. Then very important function is to remove the carbon dioxide. As I said that during the decaying process, the carbon dioxide used to mix into the water, and that gives the bad smell. And not only bad smell, it will also responsible for the corrosion of metals during the process. So that's why we have to remove carbon dioxide too. Then the oxidation of iron and manganese. Whenever we are collecting surface water or groundwater, mostly in the groundwater, as I said, it is passing through the percolating through the different layers of soil. And during that process, minerals are getting dissolved into water. Likewise, the iron and manganese. These are useful minerals to our human body up to some extent. But beyond that extent, these are harmful. And not only harmful, but also it will change the taste and odor of water. Is it? So for these are in a dissolved form. So difficult to remove them by the any other method. So that's why when we go for the aeration, the dissolved oxygen in a water starts oxidation process with iron and manganese, and then it will convert into the precipitate, म्हणजे particles form मध्ये convert होतो, non dissolved form मध्ये convert होतो. Then that non dissolved form of precipitate we can make them to settle down at the bottom. Okay, by providing the settling process. Then another objective is ammonia and hydrogen sulfide reduction. These are also odorable gases. Aeration is an effective method for the bacteria killing also. That I will explain at the time of cascade aerator. Okay, now we are going to study the different methods, different types of aerators which can be used for the aeration process. Fundamentally, what is aeration? Intimate contact between air and water. Simply, intimate contact between air and water. Objectives to remove odor, taste, oxidation of iron and manganese, remove carbon dioxide, ammonia, hydrogen sulfide, and up to some extent bacteria. Okay. Now, what are the types? Air diffusion, spray nozzle aerators, cone tray aerator, cascade aerators, then coke tray aerators, and forced draft aerator. I request to write down the titles here. So I will explain one to one, please. And one more important announcement I have to do here, that being assistant HOD of the Department of Civil Engineering, you guys have to attend henceforth 6 hours classes, because university declared that the syllabus completion date as 5th of August. Means after 5th of August, there will be examination. And another bad thing in that, we are not clear whether our examination will be online examination like the MCQs last time you appeared, or it will be offline. That is not clear to us. If the corona situation comes under the control, you may have to face the offline examination. So to finish the syllabus in a time, means before the 5th of August, we have added one more hour for the second year class. So please note down this and cooperate to attend the 6 hours. I know that quite difficult to attend the 6 hours instead of 5 hours, but still we will not be able to complete the syllabus in time. Is it? So that's why we have to go for this extra 1 hour lecture. Is there any ambiguity? So
No,
please
ma'am.
complete this slide. Okay, thank you. University is asking to cooperate faculty members to finish the syllabus in time. Now, I, as a faculty member, request you guys to help us to finish the syllabus in a time. Done, guys? Shall we move to the next
Yes, ma'am.
one to one? Okay, thank you. Air diffusion, how it works, how it looks like. You can see in this picture. Okay, air diffusion is a type of aerator in which air is blown through a water. A second. You can see here. This is a compressor. So compressed air can be allowed to pass through these channels and it will be blown through these pipe, and there will be holes on each pipe over here, and through these holes the air will, but natural, it will start coming in a upward direction. Means when air is coming into contact with a water, in that during that process it will start dissolving the it into the water. Dissolve oxygen starts dissolving it into water. So this is water inlet and this is the water outlet. Hmm? If you cooperate me while explaining little fast, you can start drawing the figure and also listen to me. Okay, I will repeat one, two times. So if someone miss while drawing, I will repeat it one for two times. Okay, then as water runs through the trough, compressed air is blown upward through porous plates on a bottom. This method is not very efficient due to limited air transfer. Okay, so as I said that here you can start passing the compressed air through this limited air, in the sense how this I want to justify this. So first I will explain these two. Okay, so how I will explain, air is a type of air diffusion is a type of aerator in which air is blown through the trough of water. Okay, so this is a tank or trough of water. You can say inlet is arranged over here, outlet is provided here. Okay, water is passing in a continuous motion, and the compressed air is provided at the bottom, or either you can provide it directly the compressor here. Okay, but usually the such tanks are underground tanks, so we need to provide the compressor at the surface, and then pipeline can be provided. So at this pipe at the bottom, this is a pipe at the bottom. Okay, and on this bottom pipe, you can make arrangement of small perforators, or we can say openings. Small openings will be available on this pipe, and through this pipe openings the compressed air starts coming out, and once it is coming here it is free. Okay, but naturally the tendency of air is to move in an upward direction. So while it is moving in upward direction, it is coming close contact with the water. Okay, and at that time it will increase the dissolved oxygen level. Ultimate aim of aeration process is to increase the dissolved oxygen level of water. Okay, now This method is not very efficient due to limited air transfer. Means free amount of air is not available. Whatever you are transferring through compressor, that much only is going to be consumed over here for the air diffuser. Okay, understood? Is there any problem? This is not that much difficult. That's why I will not invest much time here. Okay, so please draw the figure and write down these points. So likewise, different figures we need to draw. So little fast. If you need to face the physical examination, then you need to go for all these such exercise. But don't worry. After 5th of August, I will finish my syllabus properly with proper speed and proper understanding up to your end. Done, guys?
Done, ma'am.
Okay, good. Okay, we go to the next one. Next one is the spray nozzle type of aerator. In a spray nozzle type of aerator, most of the other aeration methods work by passing raw water through air in small streams rather than by passing air through water. Okay, a few such as spray nozzle aerator pump water through nozzles, breaking the water into a fine spray. Listen, guys. So in a earlier, we are passing the air through water. So for that purpose, we need to make arrangement to of compressor, and then we can allow to pass through the limited air we can pass through the water. But here in the case, we are sprinkling water, not necessary spray nozzle like this. You can make arrangement of spray nozzle like this also. Means here, oh, here you can add a pump and then sprinkle the water like anything in an open air. Usually such arrangements can also be made in a closed waterproof room. So you can allow to sprinkle the water in a air, and then ventilation arrangements can be made to get the fresh air in that particular room. Then when you are sprinkling it into the atmosphere, it is converting into small fine particles, that droplets, fine droplets. When as the particle size getting smaller, the rate of coming into contact with the water air is more. So that way it is coming into contact with air with a more faster, and dissolved oxygen level gets increased with a faster rate. Okay, so this is one of the example, that is spray nozzle aerator. Okay, through that you are allowing to spray the water into air, not passing the water into, not passing the air into water. Okay, this way, there is a change in the working function of the aerator. Okay, so please draw this figure and write down about the spray nozzle aerator. Okay, received message done, completed. I hope everybody have completed. Still few seconds I will give you, and then we'll go for the next point. Okay, next one. We'll move to the next one. Okay, cone tray aerator. In a cone tray aerators and cascade aerators. Cascade aerator we are going to see differently, but here the reference is given. Both work by forming little waterfalls. The cone tray aerator shown below consists of several cones in which water flows through the cone, and over the rim of this cone aerator are primarily used to oxidize iron. One of the objective of aerator is to perform the oxidation of iron and manganese, is it? So here you can see, here it is provided the air inlet. Here it is provided the air inlet, and through a vertical pipe, water will be allowed to enter into the cones. So how the cones are looking like the cup. It is like the cup. This is a continuous like this. You can see here. If it is not clear to the in the figure, you can see here. Simply it will be allowed to rise the water, and slowly it will fall down here. Slowly it will fall down here from this, and then it will be collected in this tank, particular tank, and then this treated water will be collected at the one end. Are you getting? Are you getting this function? Once again I will explain. You can see here a simple function, simple phenomena, whatever the effective possible, if possibly effective phenomena we can apply. Okay, just second. So here you can allow to enter the water, rise up the water, and naturally allowed to fall down slowly. It will not be studying with very high pressure. It will be slowly falling down. So very thin film is going to be formed over here. And because of that thin film, when solar radiations are passing here, if it is in an open air, the solar radiations will pass through the thin layer of air, and it will kill bacteria too also. And here when it is dropping down here, that water, and when flowing through this passage, at that time it is coming into atmospheric oxygen, coming into contact with the atmospheric oxygen, and then it is getting dissolved, and for this period it will be remain in contact with the water, and during that period the oxidation of iron and manganese process will start, and then precipitate can be settled out in a further treatment process. Okay, so that's why this method is especially used for the removal of or the oxidation of iron and manganese. Okay, getting? So this is the function of cone tray aerator. If you are not clear anything, you can ask me. Okay, draw this please.